Hi there, how are we doing? Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very, very well. Um, you'll notice a few things differently tonight in that I'm trying to learn a few different things about using StreamYard, and I should hopefully have been able to have a thing up saying it's starting soon, and then bing, up it comes with my dulcet tones. You'll also notice the strange new glasses, the retro look. This, as anyone would know who's watched this before, right? Without my glasses, I can't read the computer screen at all, right? With my normal glasses on, I can't read the computer screen either. So I just remembered the other day, hang on, I had some glasses made a couple of years ago for looking at computer screens. And here they are. And now I can read all of your wonderful comments. So welcome, welcome one and all. There's so many of you here already. Stuart, Ian, Julian, how you doing? Nigel, hey Rob, how's it going? Drinking culling. Today I'll be mostly drinking, this is the empty bottle, Old Midnight Hen. You know, Old Speckled Hen. Well, they do a stout, and I love a stout or a porter, but stout for preference. So I thought I'd give it a go. Very good health. Actually, that's not bad at all. Oh, that could become a new favourite. Oh, that goes down very well. Mystery Box Nick is in. Yeah, I'll talk about what we're going to do with that in a minute, but it's going to still be Nick's Conundrum is still here, and if Nick can't even remember what it is, let me say, basically, Life Me can't remember what it is. Well, hopefully, Nick, you'll remember before someone actually guesses it, because otherwise that would be a little bit embarrassing. Because I don't know what it is either. I haven't opened it. I have no idea what it is. So anyway, whizzing, Brian, Stuart, Simon. Hi, Simon, Matchbox Challenge, Simon. I'll give you a quick cheeky preview of the Matchbox Chinook so far. Actually, it's pretty much done. All I need to do is put the rotors on, and that's finished. Nice kit, nice kit. I pinched some decals from somewhere else and did a few other bits and pieces, but generally speaking, it's okay. Probably not as nice as the Airfix one, but it's a very, very old kit, and it did work. It did, you know, it went together pretty much okay. Frank says, Nick, your caps lock is on, mate. Do you know what, Frank? That's just one thing you've got to accept about Nick. Everything comes in caps lock. I don't know if it's because of the phone or whatever, but everything comes in caps lock. It's not him shouting like it's like the convention on YouTube that if you put anything in caps lock, you show. It's absolutely not. All of his emails to me come with full caps. That's just the way it is. He's fine. Don't worry, he's not being nasty. I promise you, he's not being loud and shouty. We'll be listening while I watch the cricket. Oh, cricket. Oh, there's cricket on, and I'm not watching it. I'm doing this instead, which is a good thing because I enjoy doing this. But there we go. Jim. Now, Jim. Chicago. Blues Brothers shirt, my friend. Yeah. I love this shirt. Classic line. We're 106 miles from. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. What a film. What a film. Very, very good wishes to my friends in Chicago, including you, Jim. Chris, good evening for us. It's sunny East Yorkshire. It was lovely and sunny earlier here, and then we had some thunderstorms, but it's getting better now. If there's a little hum in the background, it's because I've got the air conditioning on, and because like 10 minutes ago, I was sweating like a 70s DJ. It was horrendous, and hence why the coiffure is all in place because it got so wet. Oh God, it's so humid, so humid. Yeah, You see what I mean? Humid hazzards, rumblings of thunder getting closer. Oh, I was watching it earlier. Absolutely terrible. Joe, I think of hopefully because I'm trying to catch up with all the comments. So hopefully you saw it earlier, but it's Old Midnight Hen, Old Speckled Hen, but the stout version, not the version for stout people, although that would suit me at the moment. Let me tell you. No chance of me getting in a Spitfire anytime soon, but the stout beer, something while I'm here. Jim says, Nick, I wouldn't expect anything less than a real head scratcher. Well, Jim, it's such a head scratcher. Nick's confused himself. So anyway, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Oh dear. Also means I don't actually have to do anything other than trying to keep this chat thing going and chats. Simon, I'm a very focal kind of guy, so no messing around changing glasses. Tried varifocals, cannot get on with them at all. There's all this sort of trying to get the right bit of the gradient of the lens, and trying to watch traffic. The peripheral vision scared me. Maybe they weren't made very well. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't like them at all. Didn't like them at all. But yeah, oh, Crazy Loach in. That's cool to see. 20 memberships. Dude, thank you. Thank you so very much. Those of you who are now members, by the way, of the channel, what it means is every Saturday you get a video that's just for you guys. The people who are channel members for Patreon, Buy Me Coffee and Ko-fi supporters, and a few others who help for various other ways. And it's just like a kind of a close look at the way the channel is working, what my thought processes are, what I'm planning for the future, where I am on various projects. So like you had a sneaky look at the Chinook just then, there'll be other things I'll be saying, oh look, this is what I'm doing with this is what I'm doing with that. So that's essentially it, but it's like a close. I'm working on trying to figure out, I tried it and it didn't work, so I'm going to try it again, make sure it does work, is give you early access to, say, some of the builds or some of the other videos when I publish them. And when I upload them to YouTube, normally I do things and they're timed to go out at a certain time, normally at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm figuring out how to get it so channel members get to see it straight away, and then everyone else gets to see it the following morning. That's kind of, I'm figuring that out. But definitely the thing you always get is the Saturday special, supporter special. So thank you so very much, Crazy Loach. That is insanely generous of you, my friend. And just for silent fun, he says, hi, howdy everyone. Howdy, Crazy Loach. I hope you're doing okay over in Florida. Yeah, Jim, Jake and Elwood. Oh yes, Jake and Elwood Blues. Oh dear. Yeah, there we go. Nick is explaining it. 35 years of fire service training. All the films are filled out in capitals. No, he's absolutely not shouting. And yeah, 35 years in the fire service. Crazy Asia, y'all enjoy the memberships and the live stream. I'm so sorry you can't hang around it. I know you are working insanely hard at the moment, but you know, that's amazing. Thanks, man. This is interesting. Steve T, I've been working my first mini art kit this past week, and parts fit is poor and the instructions are vague. Wow. Well, do crack on. I know mini art is insanely difficult at times because a lot of the parts are teeny tiny. I've got a tractor and something else up there. A Pritchard, a 3-wheel delivery van to do, and they are so, and the bits. Why don't you add a little bit of wire here to simulate the brake pipes, because I don't want to, because no one's going to see them ever again. The detailing is phenomenal. Well, I have made one in the past, a Bantam, like a Jeep basically, and it was great, but the parts were so teeny tiny. It was so difficult, so difficult. Yeah, people do make them, and they turn out superbly, but they are quite the challenge, I will be honest. Robert, evening sprue sniffers. Oh yes, I've sniffed a few. Nick is asking Steve what mini art kit you're making, just in case he knows. Got a bit of inside information there. Oh, Richard Howe finishing a Tamiya 132nd Spitfire. News about a Spitfire actually, just to show you. Simon, 12 Hour Days, 1997 Belvedere kit. Yeah, I've got the obviously the Belvedere that I did the box review of the other day, the vintage classic. Kind of thinking I might do that as a naval, like a trials helicopter for torpedoes, which is what originally the idea was there for. So maybe I'll try that. Stevie T says it's the coal lorry. Okay, it's the coal lorry. Here, ACF Nugget finished the Avro Ansem from Airfix at the weekend. It was an amazing kit. It absolutely is an astonishingly lovely kit to make. I know, really, really lovely kit to make. I want to make another one. So when they do release, and it's not looking like it's going to be this year, maybe it'll be next year, when they do the second release, I'll be getting another one, and I'll be building it all over again, because it was such a delight to build. It was Matt designed that one, the guy who also designed the Bulldog, by the way. He designed the Anson, and that was just beautiful to build, just beautiful. Says, oh, there you go. Nick says he's built that kit. The cleanup of the parts is the most important part because of the tolerances. This is kind of what I understood, is that because the parts are so very fine, I mean, they really push the boundaries of what you can do with polystyrene before you have to get into resin. Because they are so fine that you have to make sure everything, lots of dry fitting, lots of testing, lots of tweaking and sanding, but it will go in, it will go right, will get right. A dragon kit, okay. What was it of, Paul? Yeah, out of interest. Diabolical fit, fuselage halves not so many, cockpit into rotorhead not strong enough. That sounds like absolutely everything is wrong. Absolutely everything, but very sad to hear. Right, what's this? Andy, hi Andy, how you doing? A Hobby Boss KV2, I know you do, like your big tanks, mate. And that's a big tank. All the Ramy parts of PE. Oh my goodness. I'm not the biggest fan of photo etch. If you know, I'm not the biggest fan of photo etch. I've got a few things to build now that I've got bits of photo etching. Hey ho. Stuart, building a Tamiya 135th Chally 1 Mark III with your granddaughter. Excellent. Say hi to your granddaughter for us. Very, very wishes from all of us. I hope it means she gets into the swing of making models, because that is fantastic, my friend. Absolutely fantastic. I love it when I hear about people getting younger people, normally relatives, but I love hearing about people getting the younger people into model making. Simon, this presumably is the what's this? It took advantage of the 20% off over the weekend. Got the Shannon. Oh, excellent. A drop and a spray can, about 8 fine brushes. Oh, very good. Very excellent. Very excellent. And Stuart says she's 12 and loving it. Ah, fantastic. That's so good to hear. I hope she keeps it going. Hope she keeps it going. So there's no reason. Yeah, we all know there's so many. It's so male dominated. I think my channel is viewed by 99.1% male and 0.9% female, or people who identify as male, people who identify as female. However, it's done. But it would be good to get more. Just whoever wants to be in the model making community can be there, rather than thinking, oh, this is a boy thing, or this is an old person or a young. It's for anyone who wants to make. You don't have to make military stuff if that's not your thing. You just make models, and that's the thing. We make models, and we should welcome everyone, absolutely everyone, who wants to do stuff. I'm desperately trying to catch up with all of these things. Michael says he got lost time-wise with the Olympics. Yeah, I know. If it's something that interests you, and it can be. You know, if there was a test match on, this would be a seriously difficult thing for me to remember sometimes. Andrew Wilson says, got any more to say about a sleepover at the Tank Museum? Seems very odd, but I'm tempted. Well, just be quite bizarre. I suppose the one thing is you've got access to the whole museum after hours, so you know there's not so many people around. But it'd be pretty groovy, you know, bunking down underneath a Challenger or a Tiger or something. That'd be really cool. Maybe they'll do talks and stuff like that as well. Asif Nugget, good news is that your son is really starting to enjoy his modding bit. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear this. So happy. And Kev says, I have my Airfix mug as a work mug. I think people pity me on my office days. I feel the pity. They shouldn't pity you. That you should be pity them, because they're not proud of their hobby. And if they haven't got a hobby, definitely pity them, because what you're doing is you're protecting your brain. You're protecting, because you're having to do creative things and thinking. Such a positive thing to do. And it also puts you in a really good frame of mind. So, you know, they're the losers, my friend, unless they've got other hobbies that are really, really into it. Really, they're the losers. Nick says, Stuart, happy to support your granddaughter a bit. Contact her. Yeah, Stuart, get me in touch. I'll put you in touch with Nick. Things will happen. Okay, so please, it's stuff@GarySEvans.com. Look under any of the other videos. I don't know if it'll be under. Well, it won't be under here yet because I'm putting it under here. But if you look at any of the other videos, there's my address is in there. Stuff@GarySEvans.com. S for Sierra, Evans.com. And get in touch, and I'll put you in touch with Nick. And he's a good chap, really a good chap. So he helps out so many people. I mean, lots of people. Okay. Joe. Julian says, I'm recording all the Olympics, skipping all the sports I'm not into. Oh boy. There is so much on. I flicked on BBC this morning at breakfast time. I woke up, and normally I turn on breakfast TV, and there was the Olympics, and it's the walking. Okay, someone enjoys it. I'm not sure I do, but there we go. George says, air show here on Saturday, saw a Spitfire, lovely, and an AW139 helicopter. I am so out of the loop on these things, George. I don't if an AEW one. You know. And maybe if Airfix re-released some of their historical figures that would attract a wider demographic, perhaps it would. I don't know the quality of the original molds. I know in what was the mold store at Margate, they had Napoleon and Queen Victoria next to each other on the shelf. Now, I don't know if they worked as molds, whether they were good enough or they're just there for historical value or whatever. I don't know, but it would be cool. It would be cool if they did, because some of them are really quite fun to do. Anyway, look, we're 20 minutes into the game. I think a lot of the regulars are in, hopefully a lot of new people are in as well. But anyway, let's catch up with a few things. Firstly, I got a lovely... Oh, I did it. What? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I have to, every now and again things flicker suddenly. Am I missing anything? Am I missing anything? So every now and again I get nice emails to the post, and one of them was today from Dale at Airfix. Dale Luckhurst is the head of brand, and he said, as you know, we've just relaunched the Mark 8 Spitfire, and there's one on the way to you, and by all means film it, post it up. We'll have stock probably by the end of August to send out. So, but one's on its way, and I got some emails from DPD and people like that, and apparently next day or two it will be arriving. So that's very exciting, because in a couple of weeks' time I'm going down to New Haven to visit Model Works, where they're actually making them, where they're actually molding the thing. So I'll have the box review. If it arrives Saturday, I might try and sneak in the box review for next week, make it kit of the week next week. So otherwise it'll be the week after, obviously, so I'd rather like to do it before, as soon as it arrives. And then I'll go down to Model Works, and then I'll be making a movie about how they actually manufacture the whole thing as well. So some good content coming up. But I thought really nice of him to, out of nowhere, just suddenly sent me 100 quid's worth of Spitfire kit. I'm sure there are many, many other YouTubers who got the same. I'm not anything special, trust me. I'm definitely nothing special. But I thought that's really nice for him to send that. So I'll be doing the box opening. I will be making this one. I may get hold of another one, and maybe I'll raffle that one. Or something like that. Anyway, we'll see how we go. But the Mark 8 will be arriving in the next few days. Rod says, happy days with the Mark 8. Please do. Grey Nurse, Sharpmouth. Do you know what? With these large kits, I kind of sometimes don't like to do the box art ones. With my 9C, however, it's different, because I turned it to an FR9C. So I had to, the pink Spitfire. If you haven't seen it, check out on the back catalogue. It's a kit I'm really proud of. I will be getting soon, not very soon, but at some time soon, I'll be getting a 3D printer. Then I'm definitely printing a new camera for it, and maybe I'll fiddle around and put a proper camera inside. But yeah, the Mark 8 does look really good in those Australian colours with the shark mouth on it. It just looks really good. I like the Burma scheme, I have to say. I'm not a big fan of the American scheme, although I can see why they put it in there. But do you know what? I do like that Australian scheme so much, so much. I'll see. I will change my mind about 30 times between now and when I actually start making the thing. So, what's this? Mark Hill, helping a workmate and his son. Excellent, get into modelling. Oh, that's very kind of you. Giving him a couple of kits to do and paint. And very nice of you. Excellent. Trying to watch him Watch him to start watching it. Yeah, not necessarily a best thing, Mark, but yeah, that's grand. I love it that people are coming to especially younger people are coming to this wonderful hobby, because to be honest, without them, things are really not going to be good for the future. Rob says Model Works are really nice people. Yes, they are. Got the Edward P47 Dotty May from them. Excellent. If you are down in the sort of New Haven, South Coast of England area anytime, and you can drop in to see them, I really suggest you do. They're brilliant people, really nice, really helpful. They will just chat with you happily. Every now and again, go off and sell something to someone, then come back and have a chat. Excellent. It's really, they're such good people. Like a proper old shop used to be. You could go in and just chat and chew the fat about the model making world and all this, and then every now and again someone would come in and they'd sell something just to keep going. I think it'd do really well. Do really well. And Stuart says national schemes open the market to modelers from those countries. Absolutely, yes, they do. Absolutely, yes, they do. Bobby says nearly pre-ordered the Spit, but it's already out of stock. Well, I'm going to be seeing them being built, so I know that they're going to restock before too long, because I'm going to be watching them actually manufacture their blasted things down in New Haven. So absolutely, don't worry about it. They will be back in very, very soon, I'm sure. I mean, Dale said that the end of August, they're thinking towards the end of August. So bank holiday-ish is when they'll be shipping. So they'll be building a whole lot more at the moment to build those stocks back up. So don't worry about that. Andy says, I need to paint something pink. One of my first builds was the Tamiya Pink Panther, and I have paint left. Okay. I think the pink of Photo Reconnaissance Unit pink was a bit whiter than regular pink, a bit duller and whiter than regular pink, but that's good. So if you get an FR9, I'm sure they're made. The one's got it's a Mark 9, but it's got a camera port in the just behind, and on the port side behind the pilot, there's a camera window. Where the radio set would normally be. They have to move the radio set forward to accommodate it. And they paint them pink because they flew at very low level, and at dusk and dawn, pink sort of camouflage them better against the quality of the light at that time of day. So it should. There are some around. Like KP do them, and someone else do. Lots of people do them. Richard says he's thinking of getting the Edward 148th bloody 100 B17. Wow, that looks quite a kit. You might have some problems, because I know a lot of them are already, a lot of places are already out of stock. So good luck if you want to get hold of one. Good luck, but I'm sure you will find them. But I know they're actually fairly limited edition. So. Rob says you already you like the French Airfix Mark 9 scheme. Absolutely. I know exactly how you feel. That was probably my favourite of the schemes they supplied, but I just had a hankering to do a conversion to the pink one. And then, if you remember, I put it to the public vote on the channel, and the public almost overwhelmingly wanted to watch me make a pink Spitfire. It was actually made a lot easier, because Mark at Plastech, where they make these things, cheekily slipped me a spare frame A, which is the fuselage parts, so I could cut the door out of one fuselage part, and then use the door, like the reverse, sort of cut it out broader, and then cut it to fit from the kit I had, so they would actually fit together. That was a cheeky and very kind thing of him to do. But yeah, there we go. They just look fantastic. I really do think they look fantastic. Robert Harris says, "Oh, Andy Wilson, try Baleo class submarine and pretend it's from Operation Petticoat. Very good film. Actually, I need to find a Baleo class because it's in one of my other favourite films, which is Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer, as you'll know. Baleo class, but that's a diesel sub. Great film. Really, if you can get it on, you can get it on Amazon Prime and things like that. Very, very funny film at times. Hero, friends of models, heroes. Hello, hello. Building an ICM's beer barrel Spitfire, an interesting experience so far. Yes, I was watching the stream earlier today. If you guys don't know, friends of models, heroes, they do some live streams in the week, and one of them is the three veterans making stuff, and at this time it's a 148th beer barrel Spitfire, and it's hilariously good fun to watch. So you have Gary Morris, you have Mikey, the bearded veteran, and you have John Marley from Australia, all three, Englishman, a Welshman, and an Aussie, coming together to make the same kit together, like a buddy build, and it's so cool. It is so cool. It's really fun. Let's see, DDD. Richard says, hi Gary, just home, what have I missed? Nothing other than me whittering away. Oh, it's 8:30. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to start on Nick's Conundrum. Now, this is how it's going to work. Okay, this is what Nick think. Julian, hey, you had a chat with him about it. Nick really likes this way. Okay, so it starts off with you guys on 4 points, Nick on 0. Okay, so if someone guesses what this kit is, straight out with no other clues, 4 points go to you, nothing goes to Nick. Now, if Nick has to give you a clue, then it goes 3 to you, 1 to Nick. Okay, if he has to give you 2 clues, then it's 2 all. I'm not a crook. It's 2 all. Sorry, Richard Nixon reference. If a lot of you are too young to know that. So 2 all if there's 2 clues. If he has to give you 3 clues, 3-1 to Nick. And if no one's guessed it by, say, 15 minutes before the end, then that's it. 4-0 to Nick. And these points will be carried forward week by or fortnight by fortnight, roughly. You know, first Thursday. Sorry, I'm getting confused myself. First Thursday and third Tuesday. So roughly every 2 weeks this will go on. And so that's how it's going to start. So it's going to start now. Jaws, don't worry. You're not going anywhere, mate. Okay, it's starting here. Only the French would design, build and fly a plane of 2 halves. Okay, there it is. Only the French would build and fly a plane of 2 halves. I'll start that again. It's been such a long day. Only the French would design, build and fly a plane of 2 halves. Okay, so if I show you the size of the kit, so you can see the size of the box. So what you need to do is guess what it is, who makes it, and what scale it is. Okay, 3 things: what it is, who makes it, what scale it is. Now, if you want to have a go at this, and just whatever, it would help me enormously if you would put the word guess in capital letters at the beginning of your comment. Don't worry if you forget, because I'll try my very best to shout out what your guesses are. But if you can, that would be really helpful. So again, yeah, there it is. Only the French would design, build and fly a plane of 2 halves. You know, in fact, I'm going to leave it like this. How about that? That looks fine to me. So remember, with your guesses, what it is, what scale, who makes it. And here it is. I haven't opened it. I haven't a clue. Nick has kind of forgotten, and hopefully he's remembered now what it is so that he can give some idea of what it is, and if necessary, give another clue. Yeah, okay. So Rob's straight in with a double Duatina D520. Not sure entirely whether that would. I've never ever seen anything like that, but you know, whatever. Oh, and Nick, remembered what it is. Excellent, fantastic. That's cool. I'm glad you have, because that would be so difficult if you hadn't. Oh, Simon's here. Yeah, managed to order a couple of the acrylic paint pens. Excellent, very, very good they are too. I've been using them for about a week or so really. The yellow ones, doing propeller tips. Just paint the yellow one, done. Even though I've sprayed it black before, I've never been able to do that before. They're really nice. I use them an awful lot now. I am going to review them for the video. So here we go. First guess is 1/72 scale. Great, Rob, but you need the other two bits. Whether or not it is, that is another matter. Stuart's coming in with the Hele Nor Atlas in 1/72. JP Gibbons, the Blériot BL125 from Clearprop. I'm not sure. I think it's Micromere who are making the Blériot BL125, unless Clearprop have already done it. I suspect it's Micromere, but they haven't released it yet. So sorry. Kev T, again, Micromere Blériot 125 in 1/72 scale. As I say, I've only seen CAD drawings of it, so I don't think it's out at the moment. Stuart, the Hele Nor Atlas 1/72. I'm going to guess that's a little bit small for a Nor Atlas because it's like something that's not that much different to a Hercules, a little bit smaller than Hercules, 2 engines, whatever, but not that much different. So, Richard Howie, a Fuga CM88 Gemini in 1/72 scale. Okay. Nick so far says no. Rob, a Planet model 1/72 scale coleopter. Oh, that would be fun. That would be nice of Nick to send that over. Oh my goodness! What a machine that was. So I think don't think we're getting anywhere at the moment. Remember, if Nick has to give a clue, that's a point down for the audience. Joe, the C450 coleopter in 1/72 from Hele. I can't see. I have to wait for Rob to say, sorry, Nick to say either. Well, he doesn't have to say no every time. Obviously, that would be really dull for him as much as for anyone else. But I have to wait for Nick to say, "Yay, we have a winner!" And sorry, Joe, mate, don't seem to be doing it, does he? And I'm kind of quite happy about that because that would be an interesting but very difficult thing to make, I suspect. Yeah. While we're chatting, something with a twin fuselage drawn by a central rhythm. Yeah, but that's kind of it's not it's not really what it is, what scale it is, and what makes it. But thank you very much for your Jim said, I officially don't have a bloody clue. Do you know what, Jim? You and me too, mate. I haven't got a clue either. I don't actually know what it is. I do not know. So Rob has come back with a Mach 2 1/72 coleopter. Otherwise, I'm out of ideas. Well, I'm out of ideas as well, mate. Andy says it's not a tank, so I ain't going to get it. Fair play. Fair play, my friend. Something that's Andy might be interesting to you is Rob, who pops up here, sent me the other day. I did the ferry Rotodyne with the back door open and all that, and in desert colours. Well, he very kindly sent me a 172nd scale, so it goes with the Austin Champ. The Champ was going to be like like it competed with the Land Rover for things, but there it is. So that's like a what if vehicle to go along with my what if Rotodyne. So I'll be making that, and putting it into trying to make like a little base, like a deserty kind of hard standing base, and have that, and some figures. I've found some figures that I can paint up to them. So yeah, we'll see. Jim says, congrats, Nick, you've got a good one today. Yeah, I know when Nick first sent this, he said, I'm absolutely really, really on top of this and think this is going to be really difficult. So Chris Tice, Mac 2 177 Le Duc 021. That's going to be there. Richard would like to say thank you to the person who gifted me. Well, yeah, there's some very, very, very generous people on who watch these things, mate, and really trust me, there's some really nice things. So enjoy, and I hope you're enjoying the supporter special. Do keep an eye out for that every Saturday. Friends of Models Heroes says a Hele 1/72nd scale Newport Delage NID 42. That is very specific and very I know what Newports are, but a Newport Delage NID 42, haven't a clue. Brian says a Hele Snakebird C50 Coleoptera. Coleoptera seems to be the favourite at the moment. Paul is really throwing in the towel here. Guess since I don't have the first score, I'm going to guess it's a 1/32 Dornier DOX. I've got a DOX up there that's 1/72, and that's a big enough box. It's not, but thank you, Paul, for making me giggle. That's lovely. Rob says a Nord 500 Cadet from Unicraft. There's some very interesting names coming out now. George, not that George is the interesting name. It's the plane. Castel Mauboussin CM88R Jumeau 2 in 1/72nd scale. Very, very, very precise. Mark says FM Models Nord 1500 Griffin 21 in one, or Griffin 2 in 1/72. Sorry. Stuart guess at FSC 1/72 Blériot 125. The Air France Breguet 763 Dupont in 144th. I'm guessing. I'm going to take that as. But anyway. So I have to keep up in touch, and say Nick pops up at the bottom and says, "Hey, we have a winner," but I don't know. Chris Tyson, Berry 125 again. Nick says, "What is a Coleoptera?" Obviously not what's in the box. So I think we can knock that one on the head. Russell Taylor, hey, from Connecticut. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Love Connecticut. Played a very, very nice round of golf there at the course at Yale with a friend of mine who had rights to play there. Beautiful countryside. Also, know a chap who did astrophotography from Connecticut of just an insanely high class. Now has a remote observatory in New Mexico, I believe. But yeah, Connecticut, lovely part of the world. Absolutely lovely part of the world. Locan says Italy V22A Osprey in 1/72. Jack Daniels, good JC. RS models 1/72 scale, Payen PA22. I must admit that the history of French, sorry, that's Joe, aircraft is really a bit of a closed book sometimes to me. Joe, you're gonna have to say goodnight. You're always up early, mate. But thank you so much for popping over. Great to see you. Yeah, good luck to everyone, and I'll do my very best to keep up the work, Joe. Good or otherwise, I'll leave that to you guys to do to decide. Brian, an AJP Depot de Saint Monocoque 1/72 scale. The good thing is I'm getting to practice my French accent, which is quite nice. Rob says Blachy or Spad 510C1 as you're from 1/72 scale. Andy, astrophotography takes a lot of patience and money. It's like the mini art of photography. Yes, it is. But ultimately massively rewarding. Until not long ago, because I've let my fellowships lapse, I was a fellow of the Royal Photographic Society and the Royal Astronomical Society. I know a lot of very, very, very good astrophotographers. This guy actually just used to work from the end of his driveway. That he used to haul out this stuff into the driveway in Connecticut, in an urban environment. All he had to do was put a cardboard box over the street light at the end, because that was way too much. And all the rest of it was done by filtering and stuff. But it's amazing. Rob Gendler, his name is. If you look at Robert Gendler, astrophotography, absolutely astounding stuff. Michael Nugent, Trumpeter Loire 130, 1/350th scale. Okay. Kev T, Unicraft Models Nord 500 Cadet in 1/72. And thank you for using the word guest there as well. And thank you, Michael, for doing that. That's very good. Jim, an education of various model companies. Jim, it's model companies and aircraft companies. Trust me. Absolutely amazing. Andy, am I hoping to get a part in the remake of Hello Hello? No, I'm not. I actually love French. I love the French language so very, very much. I'm relatively fluent in it. But that just reminds me, I was flying years. I must be what, 35, 40 years ago now. I was flying. A friend of mine had a private pilot's license. We went down to Le Mans for the 24-hour race. And he was flying us over, and he just was appalling in that as soon as he crossed into French airspace, he had to say good morning. Oh, so embarrassing, so embarrassing. I think, fortunately, they had the good grace to just accept it and knew what the story was. But anyway, Julian, Mini Art 1/35th scale, Loire et Olivier Servacy 30. Small gyrocopter, so it could be 1/35th. It could be, actually, because I guess that's the length of the rotors is what would be the limiting factor there. Mark, as you got C30 1/72 this time. Kev says, my Duolingo French isn't helping much. Distinct lack of cats eating pizza here. Okay. Oh dear. Stuart Guess, Dugan Castelmau Poussin CM88R Jumeau 1. Sounds like I'll have a bottle of that. Thank you, wine waiter. Yeah, a Dugan Castelmau Poussin. Very nice. And here we have this. Very carefully, Nick Phil says it's only worms. Absolutely, Julian. Yeah, well, no clues yet. So if you get it now, and if you get it now, you're still 4-0 up. Absolutely wonderful. So, what else is happening? So, yes, the Spitfire's on its way. That would be grand to do. I've very nearly finished the Walker. as you saw earlier, the Matchbox one. I've been using on my B26, the ICM 148th B26. I've been doing the invasion stripes on the wings, and I've been using the AK pens because I wanted to get more of a feeling of someone having just painted it, because one of the wings is going to have a figure on there with a paintbrush, so the stripes won't be finished, and there's this guy painting them, and it works really well. I'm really, really happy with it. So won't be too long before I can put that on, actually, and hopefully you'll agree. Actually, I'm really, really happy with it. Nigel says, after extensive research, I have absolutely no chuffing idea. Me neither. I have to tell you, I have no idea, Nigel, either. Absolutely neither. Jill says something that starts with Le Bonkers. Yes, that is very likely as well. JP, I guess at Castle Maupassant CM88 are Jumeau 2, 3, 4, 5 possibilities in 1/72nd scale from Dijon. I don't know. Obviously, it's just none of the above. Hobby time, 1/72nd Brachet BE27 by Azure. Again, I have no idea what half this stuff looks like. I mean, if I could have like a little Wikipedia thing up here. I'm going to do it. So get all the windows organized, because this is on the laptop. On the desktop, be easy, nice big screen. On the laptop, everything's a bit smaller. I'd have a little Wikipedia thing running and thinking, what on earth is half of this stuff? Oh, here we go. Clue in 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go till 9 o'clock. And Nick will reveal the first clue. And if he has to do that, it's going to be 3-1, possibly. Bit of hey, Mikey, how you doing, mate? The Dile Baccalan DB10 by Micrometer AMP 1/72nd scale. I don't think that's been released yet, matey boy. I know I've done it on Monday Matters, but I'm not sure they've actually released that yet. Actually, well, they might have done, because I've done the box art, but I don't remember them saying it's actually out. And that's a weird looking plane, but looks beautiful. That would be an absolute beauty to make. Rob, Blario 125, FSC Braining, FSC CB1 in 1/72nd. Richard, your guess is the Arsenal Delan in 1/72nd scale. Okay. And Jim says, bit of veteran credits. Hello, Mikey. You guys are never off the YouTube together, you're doing live streams together, you're watching the channels together. That's really cool. I have to say, this kit guessing comp has given me un gros mal de la tête. It's giving me a headache as well, mate. See how I cunningly did the translation for you. Bit of veteran says, hi, Jim, mate. That's nice. Simon, yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. I'm really struggling with this one. Quite often I can kind of think, maybe it's one of them. I have absolutely no idea. Really no idea. Yeah. Nick Johnson, headache. Simon, yeah. Thank you. Rob says Aerosensor NC 1071 resin kit by Akatombo Works. Whoa, that's going to be deeply, weirdly strange. None of the above. Actually, no, an NC 1071. I kind of got a vague feeling what that looks like. Junior said, I saw cheating use Wiki to get a list of French World War II aircraft, then look for any weird ones. If it's not World War II, I'm stuffed. Absolutely. I know the feeling. This could be anything. This could be like 1907 for all I know. I kind of have an idea what it might be, but I've absolutely no idea what the name is. I'm just remember. Yeah, it sounds really professional, doesn't it? Like yeah, whatever. But I'm sure. I saw something years ago that I'm thinking of a photo, a drawing of something, and think, oh, that would do. But I can't remember what it was called or anything like that. So yeah, I don't. I don't know what it is. Rob, refined people get Manglatet. Yeah, yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Jaws, hoping you'll be home. I hope you're home before the end of the stream, and I'm hoping that it's still going by then as well, because then Nick will be up on points. He, remember, at the moment, for the next 5 minutes, anyone guesses that it's 4-0 to the audience, but there will be a clue very soon. That means it'll be 3-1 after someone guesses it, if they do. Julian, NCC 1071 was the USS Enterprise. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Steve Afuga Majesté in 170 from Hele. Okay, what's this one? Rob Johnson says a Fetal Storch in 172 from Revel. Hobby Time, a Copper State Models 148th Caudron G1V. Is that late version? Friends Models Heroes. Planet Models 172nd Arsenal de la 10C2. Okay. Rob Johnson says, I'm so glad I'm out of touch with all the model producers available in the UK. I know the feeling. When I do the research for Monday Matters on what's going on, quite often I have no idea who they are. And then you look them up and they do have some sort of distribution in the UK. And I had no idea anyone really wanted a model of that. But grand that these things exist now. Absolutely wonderful. Russell says a 172nd A model SPAD SA2. Okay. And no response from Nick, so obviously not that yet. Okay. What else is going on in the channel whilst all this guesswork is going on? Yeah, as I said, probably the Spitfire will be the kit of the week next week. The 124th Spitfire, if it arrives in time and I can film it in time, that would be grand. Oh goodness me, here we go. All right, but the 177 Castel Mabus CM88 Argemeux from Dujin. Yeah, and model companies becoming as numerous and unique as microbrew beers. That's absolutely for sure. And Jack, guess HPH 148B36 just for giggles before I have to go. Thanks for giving me giggles, and sorry you have to go, but thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely wonderful to see you, mate. A 148 scale B36. Oh my goodness me, that would be a monster, an absolute monster of a thing. Paul, Dora Wings Mars Master in 172nd scale. I don't know. Obviously not. Chris Tice, a Heinkel, I guess that's 177, with a French jet, a Mistel version. That's an interesting idea. So now I've done the now I've very nearly finished the Matchbox rocker. I'm probably going to start on the Airfix one. Now I'm going to do that as the desert camouflage one. So I've ordered some desert, it looks kind of like desert pink. I don't know, it's going to be about roughly right. from SMS, so I'm hoping it'll look okay. Yeah, so it'll be an easier paint job anyway, but the build itself should be considerably more complex because it's quite a more complex kit. The rotors would be nicer because they've got the droopy rotors. I wonder if I can maybe put some rotor cuffs on them and tie downs and stuff. Anyway, that's a thought. But yes, so that's quite cool. I've got the I've got so many things I want to build now. I really want to build that the kit of the week, the Edward BF109, that will be coming tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning. The box review of that. I'd rather like to make one. I actually do have a couple of others. One like E and a G, and the G is a Profi pack. So I'm kind of thinking I might do a review of the Profi pack as well, so you can get show the difference between what you get, because essentially they're not that different an aircraft. Anyway, so I really want to make one of those fairly soon. I've got the P-51s Mustangs to do. I'll crack on with the old B-26, and then think what else I could. Oh, there is something else I'm actually going to start, but I'm going to talk about that because it's a Matchbox Challenge kit, and I haven't done the reveal of that one yet. So I'm going to start building that because the one after that is going to be fantastic, and I kind of want to get this one done. But there's some decals I wanted, and they're on the way, and a mask set for it. So I can do that. It won't be too complex to do this one. And then I can get cracking on with the reveal of number 4, I guess. Number 5 is up there that I've already shot a reveal of, and I'm not going to be doing. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Nick says, Clue 2 coming up. But bugger, we have our winner. So 0 point to me and 4 to the viewers. That's fascinating. Nick, my man. Right. I've got to open this up and see what it is. That's right, just get one of the lights out of the way. Who has won? Who has won? Tell me, Nick, who has won? Oh. Oh, there's so many things coming in. Okay, that's the back, so it doesn't matter if I do that. I still don't know where the kit is. Look, it's 1/72 scale, A model, SPAD SA2. This is what I was thinking of. This I'm sure I saw this picture where the front sort of goes down and the propeller is just behind the front. Yes. Oh my God, Nick, that is genius, my friend. Right, who was it? Let's have a look. Who said SPAD SA2? Russell Taylor, I think. Was that him? Do you agree with that, Nick? Was it Russell Taylor who came up with the SPAD SA2? I think it was. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's just such a weird thing that you have the gunner. So, there's a gunner there in his front compartment, and the whole thing hinges. Absolutely astonishing. I've got to have a look inside here. Oh, the instruction sheet is astonishing. It's so comprehensive. It's yeah. That's kind of it. Yeah. I'm going to have to build this. It's going to be a nightmare because it's an A model and it's a biplane. But what fun! And it's really tiny because it's 1/72. Oh, mate, well done, Nick. Seriously, well done, mate, picking this up. I can't remember where I saw it, in some old book about this absolutely bizarre aeroplane. I've definitely got to build this now. So that's another thing that now I have to build. Thanks, but wow, well done. So the deal is, Russell, or over in Connecticut, drop me a line, mate. Get in touch with me. Drop me a line with your email, and then I'll pass it on to Nick, and then the two of you can organise things, and he will send you a mystery box of your own. And people who've got one of these in the past always say it's a really cool thing to get because he's got quite the imagination. But well done, Russell. That's absolutely brilliant. Nick, thank you so very, very much for the prize and for doing this. And just before the clue, the audience get it 4-0 to the audience. So that's going to go into a new scoring, and we'll continue that every 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. When the live streams are on, we'll do this again, and let's see how we go. Nick is going to come up with an absolute nightmare for you next time. You better believe it will be a nightmare. Nigel says, well done, Russell, not half as weird as some I looked at. Yeah, but like, dude, the front gunner has to sit in a thing with a propeller immediately behind him, and the whole of his compartment is hinged at the bottom. So it's like, well, he's flying along, possibly. It's a weirdie. Here we go. Nick, really going to have to up the game for third Tuesday. I can't be 4-0 down. Well, dude, I'm sorry. I know you don't like it, but damn. Well done for Russ for picking that one up. Oh, Nick is going to have to work on this, and he will. And he will. Oh, my goodness. Paul. DOX. Yeah, I know. Kev says, and this wasn't a nightmare. Yeah, really. Ugly French aircraft isn't exactly an easy quiz. If it was easy, everyone could do it, mate. You know what I mean? It's just fun. It's so much fun. Simon, you made your acrylic desert pink with a 4-part Humbrol diet and 3 parts that. Yeah, they that's what I think they did. They used to do a desert pink in Humbrol ages ago, but now they say you have to mix it from what's available. Maybe there's something in the desert pink of the time that was not great. I don't know. Rob, Nick, something grimly fiendish. Yes, absolutely. Andy built an A model biplane with a tank attached. Oh, right. Yeah. I know what you mean. That thing. Yeah. It made Mr. Craft seem like Tamiya. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not going to go well. Jim says only Rex's hangar or Ed Nash would profile an obscure airplane like that. Absolutely. Very obscure, but yeah, it's lovely. Penny's Pit Stop, evening. Hi, how are you doing? Struggling with the Airfix Shannon kit. I haven't actually started that, so I can't help you really. Perhaps I need to reevaluate my proclaimed skill level. I'm sure there is something to it that maybe you missed. I don't know. There's got to be something in it that is. What is it that's causing the problem? Is it the fits of things, or because starter sets are really designed so carefully to just go together really straightforwardly. But yeah, if you are having problems, just drop me a line and I'll see if I can figure out something for you. I'll have a look at the kit, see if there's and maybe some people on here have got some ideas. But if you like let us know what the problems are that you've had so far with it, then maybe we can help. So I know a lot of people have either built or have got the Shannon and could have a look at it and think, oh yeah, I can see why that's happening. Maybe try this. Okay. Failing that, try it on the friends of Gary. No, what's it? Gary's friends stuff. Gary's friends stuff. YouTube. If you go to any of my channel videos, there's a link to my YouTube, Facebook page, and there's a group of like 600 people there who are willingly help him. The French built another aircraft in two halves, Concorde. They built one. Yes, okay, fair enough. Bearded Veteran creates Nick, do a fantasy type kit that will really throw them for a loop. Ha 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 ha. Only problem is, of course, I'm going to have to build it. So thanks, Mikey, for giving him some ideas. Penny, it's mainly the seam lines not matching. Okay. And struggling where to paint the blue part on the hull, as there's no clear definition between the blue and the black. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have a look at my one and just drop me a line, and I'll see if I can figure out something. Yeah, there's no clear definition. Yeah, it probably doesn't follow like a plank line or something, you know, like not planks because they're fiberglass, but the way that the hulls are designed, they've got these like chines and ridges. I would have thought they'd follow one of those, and maybe they don't, but we'll see. I'll have a look at that, and let's see. And it says, or just do armor, that would become all plain nice. Yes, absolutely right, it would. Robert, if Tamir releases a 148th F-35C, would I do a video build? I might. Tamir F-35s look amazing, and I haven't got around to getting hold of one yet. I don't know. Yes, I would, but I'm not sure when I'd fit it in, because that's going to be quite a build. But I'd love to do it. Absolutely. Nigel says, if you're struggling with the Shannon, don't try the 7. I've heard a lot of people having a lot of trouble with the 7 class boat. Personally, yeah, thanks. That helped. Lols. Yes, I know it doesn't help, but yeah, it's gonna. They're not great. They're not great. Jacob says I had that same issue. Okay. It took me ages to work out the demarcation line for the Shannon. It has a decal that needs to line up with 2, so it's quite difficult to get right. Yeah, absolutely. Rob picking up with Shannon from New Brighton, RNLI shop. Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Rob, Hobby 2000, yes, they are. They're doing all sorts of armor kits. I saw some just the other day. They were doing some. Keep an eye out on Monday Masters. I normally put in what they're up to, but yes, they've been doing some modern armor as well, some leopards and stuff like that recently. Penny's pistol, yes, that's right, Gary. The line doesn't need to be deadly straight. No, there isn't, but it needs to be roughly right. Absolutely. I'm really surprised that it's not following something in the molding itself. Forgot mine here. Oh dear, I don't know where my one is off the top of my head, otherwise I'd go and have a look now. It's not in there. It's not in there. It's not in there. It's not there. No, I can't find it at the moment. Oh, it's next door. That's why I remember. I put it next door. Yeah. It's got to be along. It's got to be along some line. I'm sure there's some line of the kit that it actually goes along. Might just chuck the white line decal and paint it in though. Yes, it's a possible thing. But yeah. Simon says I've got the original issue 7 class. Yeah, I've got a 7 class here as well. I know people that have done a nice job of it, but they do. All of them say it was a pretty difficult thing to do. And Andy says, I thought it was Thunder here earlier, but it's a local lifeboat station firing 100 maroons for the anniversary. How lovely. Absolutely lovely. Penny, I think the moulding follows the hull. Okay. but the white line follows the water line. I can see, yeah, because the water, the hull sort of sweeps up towards the bow with the chine design. It helps it ride higher in the water and whatever. So I can see that the white line is going to be the water line rather than the line of the hull, which is that's just really difficult. But don't give up on it. Let me have a look and at some point and see if I can figure it out. In the future, would you consider a 3D printer of your own could sell the CAD programs you use? Robert, yes, I am going to get a 3D printer. When my new production studio, if you like, is built, which will be some time for a while, but I'm going to get a 3D printer and a wash and cure station and things like that. The CAD programming, I'm not going to be doing that much CAD programming, but I'll be printing off some that other people have worked on. I have no skills in 3D design, so unfortunately, at the moment. But yeah, if I did, I could do that. But I would be using it for just building bits and pieces, really. Russell, can I just have Nick donate my mystery box to Models for Heroes? That is insanely kind of you, Russell. Yeah, you and Nick sort that out between you. I'm sure Nick would like to give you something, but yeah, you guys sort that out. That's very, very generous of you, my friend. It's all good. I will come out this with a proud I built that smile. Do you know what, Penny? That is exactly how I think modeling should be. If you can put it up on a shelf and someone comes in and says, "Oh, that's cool. Did you build that?" And you go, "Actually, yes, I did," and feel proud about it. Job done. Whether it's absolutely right or whether not, I don't know. But it's not important. If you enjoy building it and you're happy with the result, that is all that matters. I'm absolutely so glad you got that attitude towards it, because that is really, really cool. Matthew says, I completed the 7. Oh, well done. And just painted white lines seems easier. Yeah, it probably is. Probably is. Michael says, Russell's so very generous. Well done. Yes, it is. Rob, Russell, you're a thorough gentleman. Yes, he absolutely is. Jim, yes, look out for future releases. Fantastic. And Nick says, Russell, yes, of course, and they'll get double because they deserve it. And it will be donated in your name, I am sure, Russell. That is so generous of you, mate. Julian, very generous, absolutely. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Nick. And very nice. Nick Johnson. Yes, absolutely. You guys, wonderful. That is such a nice thing to do, and it's such a good thing because it does so much good. Andy, I wish there was a simple CAD program that just let you alter poses. Then I would buy a 3D printer for figures. Do you know there used to be something called Poser years ago that would do that? There's also a company where they have a library. I've done it on Monday Masters. I have a library of figures, and you give them a photographic reference of how you want the figure posed, and they will pose that which one you choose, whether it's a US infantryman or a Japanese mechanic or a civilian from modern day. They'll pose it in whatever that photo reference is, and then send you the CAD file, and then you print it out, STL file, and you print it out at home. Pennies, that's cool. Absolutely. Some units and some absolutely, you learn by every single thing I build. I learn something from. Sometimes it's like, I wish I hadn't done that. Sometimes it's, oh wow, that's cool, I can use that again. That's the hopper. But as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters, really. Rob, great gesture. Nick, yes, it is. Nick is an absolute gentleman. What's this? Simon, Depends if it's draining you, put it on the shelf for a while and build another kit, then return. Absolutely, you can do that. Take a break and come back fresh with a new view. Bit of veteran creates. That's one of the very few reasons. Yeah, I know you're having problems with that beer delivery Spitfire, the ICM 148th one. It's old school ICM, so it's really not a great kit, I have to say. But yeah, well done, the three of you, for continuing it. Yes, because if you complete it, you feel a sense of achievement. It doesn't have to be the best kit in the world, but of course yours, Mikey, will be. Yours will be superb. I'm thinking about Gary and John here. If you don't get quite the result you're hoping for, then you've still done it. You've still completed it. It hasn't beaten you. You've still got through. You've solved problems. This doesn't quite fit. How am I going to get around that? And you learn little tips and tricks, or even sometimes it's like, do you know what? I wish I'd remembered to dry fit that. The number of times that I have done something and thought, do you know what? I really, really, really wish before I put the glue on and before I put these two together, I test fitted it first, because I can see the little nub that I haven't taken off that's causing the seams not to sit properly. I promise you, there's so many times that's happened. So, everything is all about learning. We all make mistakes. Andy, I'd forgotten about Pose. I think that was for 2D output, though. No, it was I used to use it for 2D output myself, but I'm sure you could save it as an STL or the equivalent that you could then change to an STL, because it was a proper 3D model. And you could export them to other programs doing 3D. So it must have had it must be something like an STL in order to export it. But ultimately, you would then put that into a 2D package, or Photoshop, or whatever, which is what I used to be doing. Anyway, Pennies, put it this way: you're a better model than me, and I've seen you struggle. Yes, absolutely you have, which reminds me, for some odd reason, I just bought the hovercraft, the SRN1 hovercraft. Do you know what? It's not a bad kit. Again, make sure you do a lot of dry fitting on that, and just go around and check the seams. Check there's no injection points that you haven't got out, or even that. I don't know if you've got clamps for the like these little sort of modeling clamp type things. If not, get yourself a set. They're not expensive. I think these ones came from Poundland, and they were like literally £1.50 for 6 or something, and they're strong. So when you're doing your hovercraft and getting the two halves together, don't glue it until you've tried it. Put these on, and it will hold the seam together, and then you can see if there is anything actually in the seam, like something you need to sand out, before you commit to gluing it. That will work. That will make it so much easier. So much easier. Chris Tice, thanks Gary and Nick for adding to our knowledge of it. Well, mainly Nick. I mean, as I say, there's a lot of stuff on here I have absolutely no idea what it is. So need to Post many years ago as a magazine cover disc. Oh my goodness, that's how long it was ago. Russell, thanks. I'll receive a large heavy box. Gary, I need a postal address from. No problem. I'll organise that. Absolutely no problem at all. Mikey says, haha, cheers, Macy. And Stuart comes along. Gary stuff. Johnson will be better. Just kidding, Mikey. Yes. Russell, so Nick, that's so great of you. Thanks so much. Well, thank you, Russell. That's so kind of you to do that, my friend. Mikey, you're not an aircraft modeler, but you know what? Oh, hello. What's going on? There we go. Don't know what that was. I know you're not an aircraft modeler, but you're doing really well with it, man. Really, really, really well on it. Close pegs, yes, absolutely. Oh, Penny says you've got clamps. Just put a video on some woodworking clamps I got from Aldi. Excellent. I will check that out. I will look that up and check that out. Yeah. Got some G clamps up there. I can't remember where I got them from recently, from somewhere like that. Really cool. Really cool. Andy, I clamped my ICM 148 Spitfire wings and it left a dent. Yeah, I think you have to really, really go right to the very end of it to do that. And it was a Soviet one, so some ground crew probably repaired it with a hammer yesterday. The coarse adjuster and the fine adjuster being two sizes of hammer that they use. What else has been going on? My granddad told me how the RAF delivered beer when he was in Palestine during the war. This is essential, absolutely essential stuff. You know, what's the point of warfare unless you're going to look after the troops? Frankly, cool. That's absolutely wonderful. I just wonder if I should have a closer look at this weird kit. I'll have a look and see if there's a thing in here that tells you anything about it, or why they did that. I can't remember why they did that. David, evening. Hi, how are you doing? Ever-growing social Eurofighter Typhoon models. Excuse me. Including the Gina scheme from 2015. Why can you never get the camouflage right on? That's a whole load of questions there. Are these decals that you're saying that don't fit, or you're finding it difficult to fit? Because I did some on the Revell F15. I think it had like this big Thunderbird thing over the back, and that was and also the Ghost of Kiev kit was quite. It's just something I don't know. You just have to keep going with the old decal solutions and just constantly move them around. Eventually, you will get there. You really will get there eventually. It just takes a long, long time to do it. Richard, absolutely. That's the way it is. You do grow out as a modeler. The more you make, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the better a modeler you become. But it's all got to be for fun. It's all got to be what you want to get out of the hobby. That's the most important thing. Chris says, Gary, has my submarine? My submarine hasn't started. I was looking at it the other day, thinking I really ought to do that. I need to figure out how to get the pilot to sit, whatever captain, whatever he was, to sit in the place properly. I've got a lighting thing, and I need to figure out the lighting base for it. Other than that, I'll start that very soon. I do like it. It's a lovely looking mini submarine. Simon, I'll be on holiday. Yes. Medway model shot at the Royal Engineer Museum, Brompton, just over a month to go. Excellent. So that's fantastic. 7th and 8th of September. Guys, if you're a bit short of something fun to do, then by all means, that looks like a good thing. If I were at home, I may well have done that, actually, Medway. David, the decals are okay. It's a paint scheme. Again, it's not going to be correct, but as close as I can get. Do you know what? It's as correct as you want it to be. If you look at it on, remember also, when you see like, no, it's not quite lined up there. It's not quite. You look at the scale, look at it on a shelf, and how far away you're looking at it, and you think, do you know what? That looks good. And you can't notice the tiny, tiny, tiny little differences where things are lined up. Forget it. It's done. It's grand. And that's all that matters, because unless you're in competition, you're not going to look that closely at things. Or your local club, but hopefully your local club are just like good people who just think, oh, that's actually a really nice kit. And then you can say, oh, I had trouble lining this, and someone will say, oh, well, what I do with that is stuff like that. And that's grand. That's why modelling clubs are really, really good places to go if they're good modelling clubs, like Harrow is. Big thumbs up to Harrow. Sorry I couldn't be there last visit, but I will be there this week, whatever date it is. I can't remember. But I will definitely be there. Probably, 3 weeks' time or something. Okay. Richard, are you doing modelling for fun and for my mental health? Absolutely right. That is exactly what it's there for. As Models for Heroes shows, it's all about benefiting your mental health. It's a wonderful, wonderful diversion activity. It gives you something to be proud of. It just lets you take your mind off the hook of the cares of the world for some time, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant to do that. And he's asking, where is Brompton midway summer? I presume, yeah, I guess so. So if you can, don't know if it'll be on the IPMS website, maybe details like this of these places. I'm sure it'll be on that, and also on the Models for Heroes show on Sunday. They'll probably be there, so they'll have a thing on there saying where it is. But anyway. Kev, modeling something's only part of the process and the research and learning about it. Yeah, absolutely. You get out of the hobby what you want to, and you put into the hobby what you want to, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. David, so your kit your way. Absolutely. Just enjoy building it. That is the entire whole point. So many people forget it's supposed to be fun. Rob, no such thing as a poor modeler, just less far along the learning curve. Absolutely. We all start somewhere. The first Spitfire I painted 5-6 years ago when I got back into it was an absolute horror, but I enjoyed it, and that got me back into it. So there we go. Julian, that's another issue with the Belvedere. Yeah, these things happen. I guess actually no, the box art that they used was from the late 60s, wasn't it? It wasn't the original 1959 box art. It's the late 60s one. So by then they should have known what the Belvedere was or wasn't going to be doing. I'm sorry, what's this here? Andy, I make models to avoid inviting people for dinner. Yes, I see. Yeah, well, fantastic. Bobby, have I received the ICM invading it? No, it's on its way. It will be here probably in sometime this week, actually. So yeah, I will definitely be doing a boxing. I'll see whether or not I've got time to actually do it. I would like to. It's a B26K counter invader. So yeah. Julian, thanks so much for coming along, my friend. Good night to you. Sorry you got to go, but keep in touch. Always keep in touch. Yeah, Bearded Veteran Creates. My nearest modelling club is on Discord. Yes, great bunch of blokes, but they're crazy, aren't I? Yes, thank you, Mikey. Guilty as charged. It is actually the Discord group at Friends of Models for Heroes is just properly fun. It's. I think you're underselling quite how crazy they can be at times. But you know what? It's all done because people who are there who really understand the power of the hobby for mental health, no matter where the issues you may have and how severe or not the issues you have are in the world at the moment. It just shows in the chat you have and the fun you have of making stuff and the sort of the mental cleansing that model making does is just superb. If you're not a part of it, check it out. Friends of Models for Heroes. It's a Discord group. I think it costs £12 a year, so £1 a month. And there's loads of stuff on, so you can just hang out. There's club times where people regularly will be there, or you can just hang out and someone will drop in and just chat whilst you're making something online. It's wonderful. There's some great people there. I mean, properly good people. Some of them are. There's a lot of guys there who are ex-military, but there's a lot of guys there who, at first, you think, "Oh, geez, not sure about this," but you listen to them for like 10 minutes, and you just think, "Oh, do you know what? You're a top person. I really, really want to hang out here with you because you're interesting and you're funny. There's some. I've had so many good laughs there, mate. Really have. It's been a game changer being part of that. Let me tell you. Okay. Where were we? What's this? Okay. Oh, Andy, yeah. Medway Model Show goes on the IPMS website. Fine. Alternatively, look on Google Maps for ME71UR. Excellent. Apparently near Chatham. That's very good. Night, everybody. And Rob says, might have a good way for you to jazz up those rivets on the Belvedere. Oh my goodness. That sounds like, well, could be fun though. Could be fun. Mark, what kit have I enjoyed building the most? Oh, absolutely impossible to say. Let me think on it. Enjoyed building, I guess, probably the pink Spitfire, the 124 Spitfire did, because it was a lovely kit and it was a big thing to build. But also because I adapted it and I was happy with the adaptation. Made it into the photo reconnaissance fighter, the FR version, rather than the PR one, which would have had the guns taken off and all that. So it still had the full armament. So I had to make a camera, shift the make a new frame actually to support the camera, shift the radio forward, put a camera controller into the cockpit, and painted pink and get all that. It was just a lot of fun because it was a lovely kit, but it was even more fun to actually adapt. So that's probably one I've enjoyed most, realistically. But there's lots I've actually had a lot of fun building. Mikey says it's even more fun when you're, yes. Earlier on, was it today or yesterday, we were chatting on Discord and my internet line dropped completely and it was just like frozen, and the pose I was frozen in looked like I was having some sort of gastric issue, let's just say. And of course then Mikey screen grabs it and shares it with everyone, so thank you so much, Mikey. Yeah, Rob, yeah, absolutely. It's all that the rubbish that we sniff in, probably we'll do something like that. Yeah, absolutely. It's just fun. This is kind of like the sort of nonsense that goes on, and it's actually really fun. Yes, thank you. I'm surprised you haven't shared that so far, but yeah. Simon, back to reality and sense. Not for the Oh yeah, the museum, excellent. Well, that's cool. That sounds really good. That sounds really good, my friend. Excellent. Need to try and get out to some more shows. Stuart says, have I ever built a warship? Yes, I have. I've built the HMS Devonshire 1/600th scale from Airfix, and I got some extras from Starling Models and somewhere else. I got some photo etch and some, I think Starling did the 3D printed stuff like the Sea Slug launcher and gun barrels and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it, actually. It's the first time I tried a sea diorama as well. It's just some sort of water to put it in. It's on the channel. If you want to have a look at it. Actually made it into the Airfix Club magazine last year. I've really enjoyed doing it. Having looked at it again, the water needs a lot of work, but it's the first time I tried it, so I was very happy enough. I do have an HMS Fearless from the Airfix range as well, and I know Starling do an upgrade set of PE for that with a proper head. The Wessex is really nicely molded and things like that, and Atlantic Models do the photo etch for it, so I might get the two of those and have a crack at that, and have the landing, the back of it sunk down with the landing craft coming out, maybe. I don't know. I have also built a 1/400th. I've got another one up there. This 1/400th Hele Aramosh. Aramosh was used to be HMS Colossus, the light fleet carrier after the war, and then it got leased to the French, and eventually they purchased it and then did some upgrading on it. So Hele then did it as a kit, but you can get photo etch from White Ensign models that have all the nameplates of all of the Colossus class ships, one of which was HMS Triumph, which is what my father was on. So I built him an HMS Triumph, which my great nephew now has proudly on his shelf at home. So I want to redo that because I made it a few years ago, and I know my modeling skills are a lot better now than they were then. So I want to remake it. I will have it at steaming action stations, flying stations, and have something landing over the round out. So just hold a little bit of perspex to hold it above the round out down. So something's landing, have the squadrons ranged ahead, have the crash barriers up, and all that sort of stuff. So that's a long-term project. It's going to be better because since I did it originally, which was about 4 years ago, in those days, like the pom-poms and the 40mm guns and all that were all photo etched, all flat bits. Now, of course, you can get them in resin at 400 scale, so you can get them really, really well modeled. You can get all the planes. Not sure if anyone does they have a sea otter or a walrus, possibly a sea otter. I'll find out. I need to make sure which one it was, but certainly the Seafire 47s and the Fireflies you can get in 1/400th scale. All of the deck stuff you can get in 1/400. So I will redo it as shot, but I will redo it as a water diorama as well, of it cruising along, steaming into the wind as much as it could, which of course it couldn't very much because during Korea one of the screws seized up, so it had to steam on one screw. Anyway, that's what I'm going to try and do eventually. David, thank you. Yes, much obliged. My pleasure entirely, and keep up the work with Monday Matters. I will. That's my favourite part of the week, is doing Monday Matters. It takes all day, but it is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Oh, Rob says, I'll get the clear prop DH80. Oh, thank you, Rob. I love the DH80. I've got a photo of me and Dad at Shuttleworth in front of their DH88, and they were getting the ropes out of the way because I'm getting it out to fly, and they go, oh, you've got to get out of the way. So no, not until I've had a photo with my dad in front of it. So it's a very happy memory, actually, of DH88. I love it. Andy, I went to I haven't been to the Imperial War Museum at Elephant and Castle for goodness knows 50 years, I'm going to guess. Just shocking me. I should go up there one day. I really should. Rob, I haven't thought any more about Amisa Patelford. I haven't thought any more about it yet, Rob, because it's still August, September. It's only 3 months away, but I will, closer to the date, I'll have a think and have a chat and have a look at the floor layout and see where I won't be getting in anyone's way. If the floor layout is much as last year, then maybe around the area where Models of Heroes have their stands would be good, because that's kind of quite open and space, and then you can also interact with the guys at M4H as well. But yeah, we'll organise something, but very informal, and we're not turning it into anything crazy. It's only me, so at the end of the day, it's only me. I'm not just a YouTuber. Simon, yes, my water creating skills. So Shannon, yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. I want to do the Shannon with a bit more sort of dynamic water, but I need to practice it and I need to get some stuff and try things. So I thought, a couple of these other ships would be a good idea. Anyway, 3 words, not enough tanks. Yes, I know. I'm actually thinking of something about that's going to happen soon. I promise you. I promise you. Rob says, yeah, but it is, it's what I remember from growing up was Dad's and I've got all his pictures now from Korea and Malaysia and all of that, and just his time in the Navy and his time on ships. He always said that was the best time of his life. He just loved being in the Navy, he loved being in the Fleet Air Arm, and he loved me shouting for the Fleet Air Arm at the Royal Tournament every year. And if any of you don't know what I'm talking about, check out on YouTube the last run, 1999. It's the last running of the field gun competition in the Royal Navy, or Royal Navy and Fleet Air Arm, of course. The Challenge Cup, the Inter Command Cup, the proper field gun competition. Last ever running was in August 1999, and Dad and I were there, and Fleet Air Arm won. One of the happiest days of my entire life, seeing that happen. But if you haven't seen it, do check out what the field gun competition was about, because you'll never, ever, ever see anything as intense and as tough, as difficult and as skillful as that anywhere in the world. I promise you, it's awesome, absolutely awesome. What's this? Looks at my YouTube studio and released lost another 4 subs today, so back below 400 again. It probably is a train model. We'll do some more bleeding trains, get another Dapole kit and do another train thing. It's obviously, a good thing. Good thing. And you did a bloody good review of it, mate. Forget that. You did just a good review of it. Sure, what dinner box? Yes. Excellent. Okay, cool. Excellent. Fantastic. Do you know, it's a nice kit, Devonshire, but like all those Airfix kits at those times, to get any real detail, you have to use aftermarket. It's very difficult to get a really good looking kit. I'm sure people have done it, but I found just using aftermarket and just lifts it onto another level completely. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. Paul, you were there for that. So we need the Royal Tournament back. Yes, we do. Unfortunately, we haven't got any armed forces anymore. So there's just no way we can do it. And also, Earl's Court is gone. It's been demolished, I believe. It would be lovely. But I went to one that was held in Birmingham. There's something or other military tattoo. Dad and I went up there, and it was kind of a really pale imitation. It really didn't feel as good. Didn't have the big set piece stuff, and the place was half empty. It had no atmosphere at all. Earl's Court on a busy day, last Saturday of the run, and of course this was on for like 2 or 3 weeks. The last Saturday, the atmosphere in there was absolutely bonkers, and during the field gun, it was just it's like Wembley on Cup final day. The intensity in it was superb, and I'm really sad I don't think we'll ever see the like of that again, sadly. Robert, yes, decided on down Periscope over off Raven because it's the first DVD I came across. It's such, if you haven't watched it, Kelsey Grammer, it's a really funny film at times. It's nonsense, but really funny nonsense. It's hilarious. Some great comedy on there. You're addressing a superior officer. No, sir, merely a higher ranking one. Love it. Dean, Rod Swim was great. They always used to show on the BBC. Yes, they did. Always used to show on the BBC, and it was a wonderful thing. Phil Gunn was an utter beast. Yes, it was. It was indeed. I mean, when you think you're just shoving around the gun barrel was like 900 pounds in weight. It's half a ton. this gun barrel, and they were just like it weighed nothing. These people were super fit, properly fit. Yeah, Richard remembers saying it. And so you can get the last run is on YouTube, and every now and again I watch it, and every now and again I cheer for the Fleet Air Arm, even though I know what the result is. I watch it again and again and again. It's like watching the Edgbaston testing cricket in 2005 in the Ashes. You know, I know what the result is, and yet I'm still so excited watching it. But yeah, watching that run is just like, this is a world we won't see that ever again, and I think we're worse off for it. Yeah, Nick, the field gun run is proper brutal. It absolutely was. I mean, literally brutal. It was, you know, people used to get injured quite badly, and would then still continue the run because they're properly tough. Properly tough. You've got these footballers tripping over their own laces and crying like they've got a broken leg. These guys are proper hard men. Jaws, I'm back. Was the kit revealed? Yes, it was, my friend. Here it is. So I get the light off it. SPAD SA2. And the reason why it's a plane of two halves is this bit here where the gunner sits is actually pivots here, and it sort of pivots forward, but so it gives you access to the engine, which is the propellers immediately behind the front gunner. Absolutely insane aeroplane. But yeah, A model did a kit of it. Nick had it, and it was guessed by Russell before it was any more clues. So 4-0 to the crowd. And then Russell's in Connecticut and just said to Nick, do you know what, mate? Give my prize to Models for Heroes, which was wonderful. And Nick said, yeah, I'll send him a big box of stuff. So that's even more wonderful. So between Nick and Russell, you're both absolute gentlemen. Thank you so very much. On behalf of M4H, not that I speak for M4H, but I'm anticipating their thanks. I'm sure Malcolm, who runs M4H, would be absolutely delighted and very, very grateful for your very kind gestures, the both of you. So there we go. Oh, it's on Disney Plus as well. Great film. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. James, wasn't an 18-pounder for the competition? I can't remember what weight of gun it was, but it was there to commemorate a time when they landed guns from a couple of warships, terrible on something else, and then dragged them across the ground to relieve the siege of Ladysmith during the Boer War. And it was kind of, that was like the inspiration for this thing. So, you know, dragging a gun and limber around and then taking it apart, putting over walls and under walls and then across a chasm and all that. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. It is just insane. Absolutely insane. Robert has Harlan Williams. Yes, that's from Dan Postcope. That's really good. Simon, even the Edinburgh Royal Military tattoo. Yes, it is indeed, sadly. I do, however, watch that mainly because I love the sound of military bagpipe music. The sound of them marching off to Black Bear at the end is just heartbreakingly wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Field gun reaction videos from Americans, yeah, absolutely, and manning the mast, absolutely. If you've not seen that, that's something absolutely insane, absolutely insane. And even trendy lefty C&D badge wearing younger me used to, yeah, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't C&D, a nuclear thing, whatever. It was just an amazing competition of very, very tough people. And it was an astonishing thing. And they did it in half blues. Yes, they did indeed. They did it in half uniform. Absolutely. And they had to iron and clean and iron everything beforehand. Absolutely superb. Jim, Thank you so much, my friend. Have a great channel. Maybe see you Monday on BVCs. Yes, I will be there. Do check it out, everyone. Bearded Veteran Creates. He has like an open roundtable show on Monday, which is really good to tune into because it's just some great stuff, some great banter. 5 to 6 people on at the time. Some really good chatter goes on there. Really, really well. And check out everything else that's done there. Especially the 3 veterans building stuff is really fun. They're building the Spitfire. It's so funny. So funny. Rob, thank you very much. It's been a brilliant evening to you indeed. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. BBC, Rich reminds me, am I free at 11 o'clock tomorrow? Tomorrow being Friday. I can be. Yes, absolutely I can be. Free at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah. As long as, if it's a YouTube thing, yes, definitely I am free. If it's a Discord thing, maybe not, depending on how far I've got with the editing. Actually no, because I can run it on, I can run Discord on this, and I can run the video on the other machine. So yeah, that's a yes then, Mikey. I am around at 11. Rob, time's go. Thanks so much for joining in, man. I just really enjoyed it too. I'm glad you enjoy the show. I have a lot of fun doing these. A lot of fun. Okay, that's really excellent. Oh, I still got the thing. There we go. Cool. That's good. Yeah, excellent. Sounds like we've got a little collaboration happening tomorrow. That'd be good. Yeah. Okey-dokes. Yep. All up to date. My goodness, I'm actually up to date with all of this. StreamYard's new things for me. So doing this this thing earlier and being able to do this was really good. So all I need to know now is I'm going to do a countdown thing. Just to do some fun video-y things, because I'm kind of figuring out how I can integrate them into this. So we'll see how we go. Yep, CJ Lady Smith in the second ball. Well, there we go. Thank you very much. 25 years ago. I know the last run was 25 years ago. I've got a Fleet Air Arm Field Gun Crew mug with the date on there. The last run winners. It's just so sad that it doesn't happen, and I can understand why, because there just are not the personnel to be able to take 3 crews, because Portsmouth, Devonport, and Fleet Air Arm each had a team. Back in the old days, Chatham did as well, but in the last few years, it was Portsmouth, Devonport, and Fleet Air Arm. I mean, Fleet Air Arm, if you take out enough for an A team and a B team of reserves, that's half the Fleet Air Arm gone. So they'd be relying on the Royal Air Force. I mean, goodness me. It's just logistically you cannot afford the personnel anymore, sadly, even for a proper film, because also you take them out and you have to train a long time to get this right. A long time. Mikey's now showing off that 99 was the year he started high school. Yes. 99. Jeez, I was 37 then. Goodness me. Could they combine the field gun run with a cheese rolling thing? Maybe that would maybe get something going. Nick, thank you. Good night. Honestly, mate, thank you so much for doing this. This SPAD is phenomenal fun. I do remember seeing a picture of this, how it would open up. And it was kind of what I thought it might be, but I could not remember the name of the blasted thing. Very inventive, but I know you're going to be hurting from that 4-0, mate. So come up with a good one for the next one. I'm sure you'll. And thank you so much for everything you do for my channel, but also for people like Models for Heroes and others. That's really kind of you. And the field gun was a £12. There you go, £12 a gun. That, by the way, if you don't know anything, 12 pounder is the weight of the shot it would fire, not the weight of the gun. As I say, the gun barrel alone was like 900 pounds. I think the limber was 400 pounds, and the wheels, all of that had to go across ropes over a chasm. Oh dear God. Oh, Nick. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. Paul Corrigan, I presume in the Royal Air Force, couldn't do the gun run. They only left caviar and pick. Yes, absolutely, and guard the naffy, as we all know. And George Knight, well, great. Thank you so much, mate. So good to see you along here. And that's 10 o'clock. That's kind of the 2 hours done. So thank you all so very, very much for coming in. I really do appreciate it. It makes an evening just fly by, and it's a lot of fun for me. I hope it's a lot of fun for you. A massive thanks to Nick for injecting this extra thing of jeopardy with his Conundrum, and thanks also to Russell and for Nick for their generosity in donating stuff. Thanks to Crazy Loacher, who I know is off driving and working all the hours that there are, for donating some memberships, 20 memberships in one bash. That's amazing. And all of you, just thanks for joining in and making your comments and having fun. I hope to see you on Monday Matters. Tomorrow will be the box review of the BF-109 from Edward that was Kit of the Week. If the thing arrives, the next week's Kit of the Week will be the 124th Spitfire Mark 8 if it arrives from Airfix tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll think of something. There's going to be some more content coming up as well. I've got some more editing to do tomorrow. I've got some more filming to do tomorrow. And I've got a few things to pull together, like reviews of the AK paints and the acrylic brushes and stuff like that. So anyway, plenty to come back to. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Thursday. Weekend's barely started. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you on Monday, and I'll see you around the channel. Thanks so very much for joining me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Take good care and take very good care of the ones you love. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.